It's more important than ever that the Houston community has a children's museum. The day after we closed our doors, the Children's Museum was able to take the programming that we do and began to do live broadcasts all day long. We have always, in the 41 years that we have existed, focused on the needs of Houston. We hire people that reflect the communities in Houston so people feel welcome. People are coming from all over the world to be in Houston and to raise their families because they think this is a place of opportunity. We are transforming communities through innovative, child-centered learning. A child doesn't want to know that they may need help in learning math. But when you have a wonderful set of resources that are bundled together, branded and presented in a way that people want to participate, then you have a very powerful resource that is a force for good. A typical day at the Children's Museum before we had COVID hit Houston was a well-coordinated circus. It was, on average, 4,000 people a day. During summer, we can do as many 7,000 here on site. We would have programming throughout the day that changed every day so that every week there was a different topic that you could explore. The museum is run as a business, and we make 75% of our income of a $14 million budget off of revenues that walk in the door. When we had to close, we knew right away that we had to do something completely differently. We do strategic planning all the time. We're always trying to anticipate what's coming in a way that made it easier for us to reinvent ourselves for COVID. It was the education team who looked around and said, here's how we're going to divvy up the work, and this is how we're going to get this thing rolling again so we can make a difference. We produce about 9 different segments a day, and we are broadcasting Monday through Friday.
Let's go ahead and talk about all the things it takes to make a paperbot.
At this point, I believe we have about 800 different pieces that you can access, but we're still producing new every day. It's the human to human, it's the personalization that is the difference in what Children's Museum has always done and other forms of communication and educational support.
And of course, bugs.
The intensity that everyone brings to the work is highly innovative and beyond what would be considered a typical job. Nothing against typical jobs. The other issue that we really have is our brand. Our brand was built on communicating with people in person, and that was really our strength, was going into communities and actually being there so we could develop the relationships.
A divertirse y subirse a la canasta.
It's the people who have always had the contact and the knowledge and staying focused on what our people that we're serving need that has driven us forward to the success that we do have. We've gotten over 7 million visits since we began this in March. I think it's important for a small business to definitely use online media at this point. We knew it was happening anyway. We've just all been forced to allocate more resources to that area so we can build our online muscle. That's going to take time and a lot of feedback from our markets daily to constantly improve. We have to have real metrics. We have to know that each year we have a certain allocation of resources. We're going to use those resources to the absolute best possible way to achieve real measurable goals. And if you don't look at the numbers, it's not going to get done. We've all been cooped up in our homes watching our kids try to learn online. We know better now than ever before what it's going to take for the child to become a happy, successful learner throughout life. And the Children's Museum offers those resources. We're also evolving because we've learned even more now what children need. And we're going to make sure that we get those resources in the hands of our families. And we are so looking forward to being able to open our doors again this summer to Houston's families.